Sonny's been a busy fellow these days. I just saw pictures of him being introduced over at the convention in Philadelphia that just ended. And by the way, we hope to have Governor Dewey here tonight, but he couldn't make it. And now Sonny's walking back towards Walcott Corner to congratulate him after having first, as is customary, gone over to say hello to Louis and congratulate him and wish him good luck. And now I still don't see Dempsey, and I truthfully don't believe that Dempsey is here in New York. I saw in a paper the other day where he sort of leaned toward Lewis's chances in this fight in a dispatch from somewhere out in the West, and I'm pretty sure he's not here and that we're not going to see. And so now here again is Harry Ballot. Well, Mr. Ballot seems to be posing a little for television, and I hope he won't turn around, because on that white jacket of his, that white dress tuxedo, there's a big black bug, and it's all right as he's facing the cameras, but if he turns around, it won't look quite so good. Now it's gone. It'll be all right either way, Harry. Not quite. Just hopped over to another spot. So we're waiting for Ballot to take charge, and here he is.
Our national anthem.
Over toward Lewis's corner. He is taking plenty of time tonight, the famous Harry is, but he'll be in good voice in just a few minutes now. He seems to want to walk around there a bit, and the bugs are flying around. Now here he is.
Ladies and gentlemen, the ring officials have been assigned here by the New York State Athletic Commission. The judges are Jack O'Sullivan and Harold Bond. The timekeeper is George Bannon. Counting for the knockdowns at the bell, Arthur Donovan. The referee is Frank Phillip. Another contest will follow. And so, ladies and gentlemen, at the conclusion of this most important heavyweight championship contest, may the arm of the better participants be elevated in token of victory. This is the stellar presentation, 15 rounds for the heavyweight championship of the world. From Camden, New Jersey, weighing 194 3/4 pounds, wearing white trunks with black stripes, the outstanding and most capable challenger, Jersey Joe Walcott. From Detroit, Michigan, weighing 213.5 pounds, wearing purple trunks, the internationally famous heavyweight champion of the world, Joe Louis.
Joe walks out toward the public address mic, then turns back to his corner because Walcott's not ready. Frank Fulham, the referee, standing there with his hands on his hips, looking toward each corner in succession, turning his head. Got his scorecard in his pocket, and now here comes Lewis again in his white robe and just the white towel, and Walcott with the towel still over his head. Now Lewis' robe is being taken off, and Fulham is opening up the blue robe that Walcott's wearing and looking to see that the trunks are right, not too high nor too low. There's no grease or anything. Walcott still has that towel over his head. Here's Frank Fulham.
Regulation in New York State Athletic Commission. In the event that you hit low, I'm going to take the round away. Remember that. Let me see you give a good fight from out fighting. Shake hands from out fighting. Okay.
They shake hands and turn back to their corners. There's no talk. Walcott's just standing there a little while. They're patting him on the back and shaking hands. Manny Seaman talking to Lewis. They're dancing up and down, both jigging now. Jigging Joe and the other Jigging Joe in their corners. But Lewis is quieter. The bell's done Dunphy.
Thank you, Bill Coram. Good evening, everyone. Lewis wipes a bead of perspiration off his face. Now he goes to work. Walcott circles him, shuffling as usual. Walcott flicks out a left hand. It's very much short of the mark. He's biding his time. So is Lewis. Lewis has that right hand cut. Lewis gets his head away from a left jab that does not land. Walcott up on his toes, shuffles. He's using the same style he did last time, not quite as fast in the early moments of this first round. It's scheduled for 15 rounds. How far will it go? Both boys are short with left leads, and then Walcott puts a light left jab right on the chin of the champion. Lewis crouches just a little bit. Walcott backs away, flicks out another left hand. That's short of the mark. Walcott starts in, then he backs away. He feints again with the left hand. Lewis tries to open him up with the left hand of the body. That's short. No real punch has been thrown yet by either man. They've both put out a couple of left hands. Walcott puts out another one. Just about one jab by Walcott is all that has landed so far. Lewis has not connected as yet. There's Walcott getting away. Lewis coming in on him. 1 minute is already gone in this round one. Walcott moving his arms constantly, gets away from a left jab put out by the champion. Walcott cocks that right hand, backs away from a left to the body put out by Lewis. He's short with his own left jab. Now Lewis is stalking his man in the ever-present Lewis style of moving in with that right hand cut, ready to fire it. The left just out a little bit. Walcott feints the left, gets away from the left hand of the body. He was very nimble that time as Lewis came in on him with a fast left hand of the body. Nothing really has happened yet, ladies and gentlemen, but we're expecting the fireworks any moment. Walcott is in with a light left jab on the chin. He feints that left hand. Lewis covers up just a little bit. Walcott flicks out another left hand. That's short of the mark. Here's Lewis coming in on him. Walcott feints that left hand again, moves from side to side in the shuffle you've heard so much about. The shuffle he used in the first fight. Now Lewis connects with the left hand of the body and takes a left jab on the nose. Another left jab on the nose by Walcott. Walcott moving around his back toward a neutral corner. Drops his arms down by his side. Now he picks them up. He feints the left hand. Lewis comes in, tries that left hand of the body, and Walcott moves away. Walcott puts out another left hand aimed at the chin. Lewis scores with a light left hand of the body, and Walcott pulls up his trunks a little bit. Now he flicks out a left hand that's short of the mark. Lewis is stalking him, but not moving in too quickly. Walcott moving in, rips out a long looping right hand of the body, and it lands for him. The first right hand of the fight so far. There's Walcott dropping his guard, backing up. Lewis coming in. Lewis tries two left jabs to the body, and both are short. Now Walcott's up on his toes, flicks out a left jab at the chin. Now he moves from side to side, thinks a little bit, shuffles in, shuffles out, pulls up those trunks again, the way Max Baer used to. Now he's doing a little dig in there. He looks very confident. Lewis nails him with a right hand of the jaw, a solid right hand. The first right hand by Lewis, and it landed. But remember, he scored with a solid right hand in the first fight. This was not quite as hard. It did not shake Walcott up at all, but it caught him moving back. Walcott then put a left jab on the chin. Lewis is coming in. Walcott another left jab on the nose of Joe Lewis. Here's Walcott coming at him. There's the bell.
Men with the improved Gillette Super Speed Razor, you change blades instantly. This ultra-modern razor has a notch positioning bar for use with the Gillette Blue Blade dispenser. Just pick on a blade and it drops in place. Presto. You don't have to be a locksmith to make this razor click. It's a precision instrument, not a gadget. There's nothing to fit together, nothing to jam or clog. Twist the razor open, zip, it's loaded, twist again, and you get shaves that are shaves. As for the improved Gillette Super Speed Razor with 10-blade Gillette dispenser, $1.50 value for only $1. There was not a great deal to that first round. Lewis did drive Walcott back with a left and right, but it was a very quiet round with Lewis moving in and Walcott fighting much the same fight that he fought last time, except don't forget last time he knocked Lewis down in the first round. Okay, Don.
All right, Bill, here it is round two now. The boys may be loosened up a little bit. They were a little tense in that first round. Nothing happening yet. Walcott feinting the left hand. Lewis covering up with his right in front of his chin against a sneak right hand by Walcott, if he needs it. There's Walcott putting a light left jab on the chin. Walcott shuffling around. Lewis, the aggressor. Well, what aggressiveness there has been so far. He's moving in on Walcott a step at a time. Now he's put back by 2 left jabs at his chin. They're short. Lewis is short with his own left hand. It barely reached the point of the chin of Jersey Joe Walcott. Walcott to the right, to the left. Then he feints the left hand, starts it to the body, pulls it back. Shuffles his arms up in front of him, scores with a light left jab that goes by the left eye of Joe Lewis, lands on the forehead. Another left jab to the same spot by Walcott. Lewis was up to something that time. He flicked out with a long left jab, caught Walcott on the chin. Walcott going from side to side. His back toward his own corner now. Lewis coming in on him. Lewis would like to end it with one punch. You can be sure of that. He's got that gleam in his eye. Walcott flicks out another left. Lewis shoots out a left hand to the body, and there are 2 minutes remaining in this round. Walcott just walks away from Lewis. Now he feints the right hand, and Lewis backs up a little bit. Lewis goes into a crouch, straightens up. Walcott drops his guard, moves back. Now he shuffles his arm around to loosen up again. He's up on his toes, dancing around. He has been fighting his fight so far. Whether or not Lewis has been fighting his is the question. Lewis is moving in. The brown bomber, the champion, is a patient individual. Walcott feints the left hand. Lewis doesn't fall for the feint this time. He's moving a little faster. Lewis is short with the left hand. He would like to get Walcott to lead. We've got 2 counter punches in there now, and neither one will do much leading. Both are short with left hands. Now Lewis scores with a left jab on the mouth. It was a hard left jab, but Walcott was moving back when it arrived. Walcott feints those arms again. He's in with a left jab on the chin of Joe Lewis, the champion. Walcott is short with another left hand. Now he's short with a left jab as Lewis pulls his head away from it. Walcott feints the left hand again, drops his gloves to his side. Lewis's right glove up in front of his face. Lewis moving in on Walcott, and Walcott moving from side to side. There's a red welt below the right eye of Joe Lewis right now. Left jab on the chin. Lewis covers up. Make that welt under the left eye. I'm sorry. There's a left jab on the chin by Walcott as Lewis moved in on him again. Just about 45 seconds remaining in this round, round 2, and nothing really has happened so far. Here's Walcott feinting a couple of times. He's mugging in there, and he gets away from the left jab. Shot to the body by Joe Lewis. Walcott is short with the left hand. Walcott short with another left. Another left jab on the chin by Walcott. Now in the rear, they're calling for more action on the part of the fighters. Walcott jabs that left on the chin. He speeds up the attack. Lewis is just moving around the ring, flat-footed sort of, a step at a time, letting Walcott go around him like strings around a maypole. There's Walcott short with another left hand, and Lewis comes in. Lewis is connected with only one right hand so far. Here's Walcott backing away, moving towards the ropes, and Lewis coming in very fast on him. Walcott jabs the left on the nose to Bill Corum.
The left side of Lewis is down. The crowd wanted more action than that. They'll get action before this is over. Lewis is just stalking his man, the Sphinx as always. I started to say that left eye was hurt a little bit the last day he sparred in his training camp at Pompton Lakes, New Jersey. Little mark was left on it by one of his sparring partners, Hagen, I believe, and it's been there ever since. It isn't a serious mark at all. He is using his left hand to the body a little more, Joe, although landing very few punches and wasting no motion at all. He never wastes motion. If they're going to wear each other out that way, why, Walcott would have to tire first because he's always in motion practically. And once in that round, Lewis fought a roar of laughter from the crowd when he stood still and waited for Walcott, as he said before this fight he would do. Now, nothing much has happened. We have gone past 2 rounds, but there are lots to come, and there'll be fireworks before it's over. You can be certain, or reasonably certain, I think. And anyhow, here's the bell, round 3, and done.
All right, so, Corum. Walcott waits for Lewis to come across the ring. Joe does. Then he backs away a little bit. Walcott moves in. Walcott moves in a little more, flicks out a left, and Lewis tries the left hand to the body. Neither left hand landed. Now Walcott bangs his gloves in front of him. Bangs them again. Shuffles from side to side. Puts a hard, fast left jab on the chin of the champion. Lewis keeps cocking that right hand. Lewis has his back to us now. Walcott is facing us. Walcott dances up and down. Flicks out a left that's short of the mark. Just barely reaching Lewis's chin. Not quite getting in there. There's a left jab to the body by Lewis, and Walcott turns his back on Lewis and walks away. Now he's out in the center of the ring. He turns around again, but look out. It was that way he nailed Lewis in their first fight. He drops his gloves down by his side. Walcott up on his toes. Lewis, a flat-footed fight so far. Walcott is short with the left hand. Here's Lewis fighting his time. His right glove in front of his chin to pick off left jabs if they come in there. Walcott dances up and down. Lewis is the aggressor. He's trying to make it a fight, and Walcott is keeping on the move. There are 2 minutes remaining in this round, round 3 of a scheduled 15-rounder. Not very much has happened so far. And then Lewis, a left hook on the chin, but a right. A follow-up right is a little bit wide of the mark as Walcott got out of there. That was a fierce onslaught by the champion. It didn't quite land effectively. The left got in, but the right didn't. And the right was the crusher. It had all the power behind it. There's Walcott backing away as Lewis comes in on him. Lewis keeps flicking out that right hand to nail the left jab, which Walcott sometimes throws, sometimes doesn't. But Lewis is always flicking out that right hand. Again it goes out. Here's Walcott backing away toward his own corner. Lewis had him on the ropes, but Walcott got out of there fast, jabbing a left on Lewis's chin as he did. Walcott feints the left hand, moves over the ropes, toward a neutral corner, and Lewis is wild with a right hand after missing a left jab. He's got that dynamite-laden right hand out again, but again it did not land. Here's Walcott shooting out a left jab aimed at the body, but it didn't get in there. A left jab on the chin by Walcott this time. Another left jab is short. There's 1 minute to go in this round. There's a solid right hand to the body by Lewis, and Walcott takes it, rolls off the ropes out into the center. But Lewis did not follow up the punch. Bit more action in this round than in the previous two. Walcott short with a left hand to the body. Walcott is very wary in there. He's gotten wary all of a sudden. There's Lewis getting away from a left jab shot at his chin by Walcott. Walcott is gloves down by his side. Time running out in this round. There's Lewis, a left jab in the chin, and Lewis is down from a right cross to the chin. Walcott floored Lewis, who got up without any count. Lewis got up quickly. Here's Walcott driving a right to the chin. Again, Lewis has been on the floor. Time is running out in this round. About 25 seconds remaining. Walcott coming in on Lewis, and Lewis driving a right to the chin. Walcott scoring with a left high on the head. Here's Walcott taking a left hook on the chin and driving a right to the jaw of Joe Lewis. And the fireworks Phil talked about are here. Lewis scores with a left hook on the chin. A right over the head by Walcott, who's very wild. And now they go into a clinch. One of the few clinches in the fight so far. Time almost up in this round. Walcott short with the left hand. The bell, Bill Carum.
Well, listen to the crowd for a second. Started then the dynamite as we thought it would, and it happened just as in the first fight, except this time it was the third round when Walcott finally threw that right hand. Looked as if he was never going to do it, but he did, and when he threw it, it landed, and Lewis went down again, came up without a count. Until then, Walcott has been landing pretty well with his left, but hadn't been doing anything much but back away, backpedaling, but he sneaked that right hand in, and that, of course, is Lewis's great weakness. We're coming up to round 4. The crowd is now tense, as I knew it would be, because there's got to be excitement here. And now let's pause for station identification.
Your station, KBMY, in Billings. Stay tuned to the broadcast of the doubleheader baseball game immediately following the fight.
And now here's the last round, and now here's the bell for 4. Down.
All right, Phil, it's round 4 now, and the question is, can Lewis do it or can Walcott do it? Walcott, a fast left jab to the side of Lewis's face. Plenty of power behind that. Walcott looks a little bit more confident now. He would after that knockdown. He's a little closer to the champion when he throws that jab, and it may land more often. On the other hand, he may get tagged with a counter. Here's Lewis biding his time, coming in on Walcott as usual. Lewis, the champion, moving in a step at a time. Hurley blocks the left hand put out by Walcott, and it lands on the chin just a little bit. Walcott dodged the right, aimed at the head. He wound up with that one and then pulled it back just in time. Walcott, his gloves moving side to side. Lewis moving in on him. Walcott opens his arms wide, opens his stance, as they say in baseball. Now he's coming back, up on his toes. Lewis coming in on him. Walcott, a right left jab on the chin. Walcott, his gloves out in front of him. A hard left jab on the mouth by Jersey Joe Walcott. He's coming in on Lewis. Now he backs away. Now he moves in again, flicks out that left. This one is blocked by the right glove of Joe Lewis. There are 2 minutes to go in this round. Lewis again tries that left jab to the body. He's shooting more left to the body. Takes a light left jab on the mouth. Shot out by Jersey Joe Walcott. Lewis again blocks an imaginary punch that Walcott did not throw. Walcott is fast with his reflexes, so is Lewis so far. Here's Walcott moving in, flicking out a left-handed short. Lewis has his back toward us. Walcott is facing us. Walcott short with another left hand. Lewis biding his time, cocks that right hand. Walcott feints the left hand, then moves away from Lewis. And Lewis comes in, takes a left jab on the mouth. Walcott is scoring repeatedly with left jabs in this round. Some of them are hard, some of them are just fair to middling. Now Walcott dances up and down and moves in on Lewis. Then he moves back. Drives the left hand to the body, a left hook and a right to the jaw, another right to the jaw by Lewis. He's got Walcott on the rope. He battered him for a moment, then Walcott grabbed Lewis's arm, and referee Frankie Fulham was doing a nice job in there. Has to go over and get them apart. nimbly off the rope. Does a nice bit of jumping off the rope as Lewis caught up with him. He drives a solid right to Lewis's face. And again they go into a clinch and tie each other up. Time is running out in this round now. Lewis looking confident now, moving in on Walcott. Walcott backing away along the ropes above our Gillette microphone. Lewis is shown with the left hand as Walcott puts him off balance with a left jab on the chin. Walcott puts out another left hand, cups his own right hand, ready to fire it at Lewis. There's Walcott taking a left hook on the mouth and scoring with the left hand of the body. And another good exchange. There's the bell.
Believe me, fellas, no other razor blade is as sharp and easy shaving as today's Gillette Blue Blade. That's why it gives you the best-looking, best-feeling shaves ever. To save time and bother, buy Gillette Blue Blades in the handy Gillette dispenser. This puts 20 blades, 40 shaving edges at your fingertips. Push with your thumb and tip. There's an unwrapped blade for any Gillette razor. Enjoy extra convenience at no extra cost. 58 cents price of the blade alone. Look sharp, feel sharp, be sharp. Use Gillette Blue Blades with the sharpest edges ever honed. Lewis went after him in that last round, the fourth, and got him against the ropes and pounded him a little in the best rally he's had so far. Joe Lewis, has been trying to reach the body with his left hand. His idea, undoubtedly, is to slow Walcott down if he can. Round 5, done.
All right, sir. Lewis moves out of his corner very briskly. Walcott comes out a bit more casually, plants 2 left jabs on the champion's twin, another left jab on the nose by Jersey Joe Walcott. He feints the left, he's still with another left hand. Lewis goes down into a crouch. Now he straightens up a little bit. He's got that right glove in front of his chin. Walcott is still with the left hand. He takes a long, light left jab to the body, shot in there by Joe Lewis, the champion. There's Lewis blocking a left jab and putting another left jab to the body. A fast left jab on the mouth by Lewis. That had plenty of power behind it. The old Lewis power, another one. And then Lewis is tagged by a right to the jaw by Jersey Joe Walcott. But Lewis is scoring with that left jab on the chin. And remember, that's the way he cut down Billy Conn in the second fight. Left jabs on the mouth. It was a potent left. Now Walcott himself scores with the left jab on the chin. Walcott takes a light left jab to the body. Lewis is opening up a bit more now. Walcott feints the left hand, so does Lewis. Neither one throws anything right now. Walcott backs away. Lewis is coming in on him. Walcott moves along the ropes. He's cornered over there in a neutral corner. What can Lewis do? He crashes a right to the jaw. He belts Walcott with a right to the jaw. Another left hook on the mouth and a right to the jaw. And then Walcott is forced to go into a clinch. There are 2 minutes remaining in this round. Lewis has got the power now. The old artillery is beginning to open up. Can Walcott weather the storm? There's Lewis with a light left jab to the body. Walcott over near his own corner looks a bit serious now. He's wild with a right that he throws to the chin, then rips another right to the jaw. And Lewis takes the punch rolling and goes into a clinch with Walcott. It's been a very clean, hard-fought bout so far. There's Walcott with a left jab on the mouth of Lewis. Lewis moving in, another left jab on the chin by Lewis, a hard left jab. Walcott shuffles from side to side. Walcott may be tiring a little bit. He took some punishment in these last 2 rounds. Lewis moving in on him again. Lewis a right to the body, a right to the jaw, and then Walcott up with a right to the chin of Joe Lewis, the champion. Lewis feints that left hand, doesn't throw it. There's a left jab on the mouth by Walcott. Walcott is tagged with a right to the jaw as Lewis catches up with him. He's got him on the ropes. He throws him with a right to the body, and then Lewis is staggered by a right to the jaw. Lewis almost went down again and has to hold on. Walcott nailed him with a solid right that buckled his knees. 55 seconds in this round. Walcott lifts the left hook to the jaw that hurts Lewis. And Lewis returns the fire with a right to the body. Lewis a left jab on the nose of Walcott. Walcott a left jab on the mouth. They're really going at it now. It's a great heavyweight fight right now. Walcott a left jab on the chin. Lewis a left and a right to the head of Jersey Joe Walcott. Walcott moving around the center, about half a minute to go in this round. Walcott again breaks sides. Waits for Lewis to come to him, and this time Lewis draws an imaginary line and does not cross it. Lewis just stands there. Lewis may be in a bit trouble. He may be stalling for time. Walcott really belted him that time after he had almost floored Walcott. Here's Walcott coming in again, moving from side to side. Lewis sides this time with his own left hand out in front of him, takes a light left jab on the chin. Walcott apparently is content to win this bout on a decision if he has to. There's the bell, Bill Coram.
Lewis was badly shaken with a right hand, the one good punch that Walcott got in that round. However, Lewis nailed him in a fusillade over against the rope with a 1-2 and shook Jersey Joe up pretty good. Now, folks, millions of folks in Europe are desperate for food, and here's the quickest, most economical way we can help them. Send $10 to CARE, 50 Broad Street, New York, for guaranteed immediate delivery of a 21-pound food package. Care operates without profit, buys in huge quantities, and delivers more per dollar than can be sent any other way. Your package will be delivered as specified, or Care will select a worthy family. Upon delivery, you will receive a signed receipt. Remember, the need is urgent. Send $10 to Care, 50 Broad Street, New York, and help feed the hungry. The warning whistle has sounded for round 6. Lewis was down in the third round for a 1 count, was nailed again with the right hand in that last round, and here they come again. Here's done.
All right, Bill Corum, round 6 now. Walcott again moving around Lewis. Lewis biding his time. Wide open stance, a bit flat-footed. Walcott shoots out a left hand that's short of the mark. Another left hand by Walcott is blocked by Lewis. Lewis has that left hand ready to fire. He jabs a light left hand to the body of Walcott. Walcott, the right hand out in front of him. Walcott jabs the left hand to the midsection of Joe Lewis. That one snuck in there. There's a left jab below the left eye of Joe Lewis by Walcott. Another one to the same spot. And that eye may be pussing just a little bit. Walcott shuffling his gloves from side to side, his feet, his arms, shuffling everything in there. Keeps his arms moving all the time, ready to fire a punch, either hand from any direction. Lewis has a bit more calm a style. He just bides his time in there. He's got his left hand out. He starts the left jab. He pulls it back. Walcott down on the balls of his feet for a change. He's not up on his toes anymore. Now he gets up there, flicks out a left hand that's short of the mark. Another left jab by Walcott barely gets in there. There are 2 minutes remaining in this round. A hard left jab on the chin by Jersey Joe. And the champion took it without a return. Now he blocks the left jab put out there by Walcott. Lewis tries a left jab to the body, and Walcott gets out of there in a hurry. Here's Lewis coming in on Walcott again. Then Lewis backs away, taking a left jab on the chin as he does. Another left jab to the body by Walcott. This one does not land. Walcott starts an overhand right, a more of a feint than a throw. He does not throw it, and he puts a left jab on the chin. And as Lewis comes in on him, Walcott goes on a bicycle and gets back very fast. He's over near his own corner now. Now he's coming toward a neutral corner. Walcott feints the left hand. Lewis has to be a bit cautious because Walcott is such a fast, hard puncher. Walcott short with the left hand. Walcott jabs the left hand to the body again. Here's Lewis down on the balls of his feet again. He's flat-footed. He takes a left jab on the chin, shot out by Walcott. The story of this round so far has been Walcott's left hand. Lewis hasn't done very much. Another left jab on the mouth by Jersey Joe Walcott. He starts the right hand, and Lewis covers up. Now Lewis comes in. Gets away from a left jab, shot out by Walcott. 1 minute to go in this round, just 1 minute. Walcott does a little shuffle up on his toes, does a jig, shoots out a left jab, and moves away as Lewis starts a right hand at him. Lewis then pulls back the punch. Lewis starts a left jab to the body. Walcott is very elusive in there. He's in perfect shape. He shoots out a left jab on the chin of Lewis again. Here's Lewis coming in on him. Another left jab on that left eye by Jersey Joe Walcott. Walcott waves his left hand in front of him. Then he shoots out another left jab aimed at the head. It's short of the mark. Lewis coming in on him. Walcott feinting a left hand. Walcott feinting a right hand, throwing neither. And Lewis just standing there waiting for Walcott to lead so he can counter. Walcott jabs the left on the chin. Lewis picks it off too late. About 20 seconds remaining in this round. Lewis jabs the left hand to the body of Jersey Joe Walcott. Lewis, the aggressor most of the way, moves in an inch or so at a time, and Walcott turns his back on him, just walks away, then comes back jabbing a left on the chin, a left and a right to the body, and a right to the jaw by Walcott. He came on Lewis very fast that time. Nailed him with solid punches, but his right is high over the head at the bell.
That was a round in which Walcott was boxing Lewis almost exclusively, doing very well with his left hand. Both fighters are sweating profusely.
Jab right to the same spot under that left eye. There's a left jab by Lewis, put into the body, a very light punch because Walcott was moving back when it came. Now Lewis scores with a harder left jab to the body, and Walcott a left jab on the chin. Walcott another left, and Lewis is wild with a right. It just grazes the back, comes up the back of Walcott, who was moving away from it. They went into a temporary clinch. Now they're out of it very fast. Very little clinching. Walcott a left jab on the chin, and Lewis one to the body. Walcott turns southpaw for a moment, feints the left hook, but does not throw it. Moves his gloves from side to side. Lewis is coming in on him. A step at a time. Walcott backing away. Bangs his gloves together again. He's short with a left. He hooks a left on the chin of Joe Lewis. A hard left hook by Walcott that time. Walcott goes into a semi-crouch, then straightens up. There are 2 minutes remaining in this round. 2 minutes and round 7 of a 15-rounder if it goes the limit. There's Lewis coming in on Walcott. Walcott jabbing a left on the forward. Another left jab by Walcott to the left eye of Joe Lewis that time. That eye is turning a little bit red now. There's a left jab on the chin by Walcott. It barely got in there. And Lewis jabs the left to the body. Now the crowd in the back is calling for action again. There's plenty of action, most of it of the footwork variety, though. They went into a clinch and came out of it very fast. Walcott comes up with a long left hook on the chin of Joe Lewis. It started out as a jab, turned into a hook. Lewis coming into a crouch. Walcott feinting the right hand. Doesn't throw it. Shoots out a left at short. He grazes the chin with the right. Then comes up with a left hook on Lewis's chin again. Walcott was close to Lewis that time, but the champ didn't fire anything. He's coming in. Walcott stretches his arms way up in the air, puts a left jab on the chin of Joe Lewis. Lewis coming in on him, trying to corner him in a neutral corner. Walcott moves to the left, moves to the right, comes back with a jab on the mouth of Joe Lewis, then takes a jab to the body. 1 minute to go in this round now. Walcott takes a deep breath. His mouth is open, which is unusual for him. He feints the left hand, takes a left jab on the chin by Lewis. Lewis cocks that right hand. Walcott jabs the left on the chin. Walcott feints the left hand. Lewis covers up again. Lewis then jabs the left hand to the body, and Walcott is short with the left. Lewis jabs that left to the body again. Walcott up on his toes, dances away from the left jab put out by Lewis. Just about 35 seconds remaining in this round. Lewis scores with a hard left jab under the heart of Jersey Joe Walcott. Walcott feints that left hand again. Lewis coming in on him. Walcott feints the left again. Lewis has him cornered on the rope, but he doesn't throw anything. He takes the left jab on the chin, then scores with a left jab high on Walcott's forehead. Walcott is short with another left, and Lewis puts another left jab to the body of the challenger, Jersey Joe Walcott. Now again they exchange left. Walcott started a right hand, pulled it back, scored with a left jab on the chin of Joe Lewis. Walcott feints that left hand again, takes a left jab, another left jab on the mouth by Joe Lewis, and there's a right by Walcott that winds around Lewis's head at the bell.
Gillette shaving creams now contain K34. This amazing facial antiseptic destroys 85 to 99% of all bacteria on and beneath outer layers of skin. Simply by softening your beard with Gillette brushless or Gillette lather and enjoying smooth, refreshing shaves, you wind up with a surgically clean face. K34 does what no amount of scrubbing with ordinary soap and water can accomplish. The bacteria count stays down from shave to shave, affording lasting protection. For utmost shaving satisfaction plus the cleanest face on earth, use Gillette brushless or Gillette lather shaving cream containing K34, only a quarter. Frankie Fulham has been walking around to the two corners asking the boys to speed it up, I believe. Lewis was digging a left hand to Walcott's body very effectively in that round, and perhaps slowing Jersey Joe up a little. Here they come down.
All right, Bill, it's round 8 now. We're coming up to the halfway mark. If it goes, the limit of 15 rounds. Lewis comes in, blunts the left hand put out by Walcott, aimed at his chin. It was a left jab. Now Lewis jabs away with the left hand to the body. Again, it was short of the mark. Walcott is short with his own left hand. Both boys have a respect each for the other's right hand. You can bet on that. There's Lewis jabbing a light left hand on the chin. Walcott has gloves down by his trunk. His left hand, anyway, is right up in front of his chin. Walcott dances in with two left jabs on the mouth. Two solid ones. Another left jab on the nose by Walcott. He's beginning to speed it up with that left hand. He puts another in there. 4 hard left jabs by Jersey Joe Walcott. Walcott shakes his head about something or other. Lewis is moving in. Lewis, always the aggressor, remember, the champion, and Jersey Joe Walcott, the challenger. Here's Walcott jabbing out a left that's short of the mark. Lewis tries the left hand to the body, and that is also short. Here's Walcott short with his left hand again. Lewis coming in on him. Lewis cocking the right hand under his chin. Tries the left to the body. Walcott starts the right hand, pulls it back, then jabs the light left to the chin. Now Lewis scores with the left jab on the chin. There are 2 minutes to go in this round as Lewis jabs the left under the heart of Jersey Joe Walcott. A hard left jab that time. Walcott dances back with the left jab on the chin of Joe Lewis. Lewis is eyeing the challenger, trying to catch up with him. Picks off a left jab cut out by Walcott. Walcott feints the left hand again, drives the right to the jaw of Joe Lewis, and Lewis goes into a clinch with him. Referee Frankie Fulham gets them apart and talks to the boys, tells them to speed it up once again. Walcott shuffling in, moves his arms from side to side, moves in, moves out, shoots a left jab to the chin, drives the right around the head, and Lewis nails him with a solid right to the jaw, follows with another shorter right to the chin. Then Lewis 2 left jabs on the mouth of Jersey Joe Walcott. Now he's got Walcott a little bit mad. That may make it a better fight. Lewis a left jab on the chin, and Walcott is back with a left jab on the mouth. Now it's the champion coming on again. Walcott had been pulling away from him, but Lewis is coming in now. He hurt him that time, we think. Walcott backs away as Lewis comes in. 1 minute to go in this round. Lewis, 2 hard left jabs to the mouth. He finds that head of Walcott with those left jabs at last. Walcott is backing away toward his own corner. Shuffles out, shuffles in, shoots out a left at short. Lewis is cocking that right hand, ready to fire it at Jersey Joe. Well, Lewis moving in on Walcott. Walcott jabs the left to the chin. Walcott is wild with the right. Then he comes up with a short left hook on the mouth of Joe Lewis. Walcott moving away from Lewis again. Paints the left hand, doesn't throw it. Lewis comes in with a left jab on the chin. Lewis over the head with a left. He comes up with a left hook on the mouth of Jersey Joe Walcott. Walcott shoots out a left jab on the chin of Joe Lewis. Lewis dancing in now, has his right hand under his chin, shoots 2 left jabs on the mouth. And now Walcott sort of says, that was a good punch, laddie, or something. He nodded his head in approval after he took the punch. And Walcott scores with a left jab on the mouth of Joe Lewis. Both boys seem very fresh. Walcott moving around, Lewis coming in on him. Lewis another hard left jab on the nose of Jersey Joe Walcott. This has been a very good round for Lewis. The bell, Bill Coram.
An excellent round for Lewis, Tom, because he was using that left hand once, one of his greatest weapons, to perfect effect. He had Walcott's head bobbing on the end of that stiff left, and don't think that is not a good punch. No matter whether it looks to people back in the seats as a good punch or not, it hurts people when it lands beyond any question. Now, Manny Seaman has been over giving that Lewis his second. I'll remind you, giving referee Frank Fulham a little argument about something, I don't know what. The people, about an open glove, I think it was, Don tells me now. Walcott using an open glove. Now, the people in the rear may boo here, but this has not been a fight in which there has been any clinching at all. It's been clinching. It has been a fencing match with both fighters boxing very well indeed, both in perfect condition beyond any question, and a good, interesting fight, as these fights of Lewis's almost always are, because the tenseness is there in every round. Here's the bell. Here's Don.
All right, Bill, as they go to action, Fulham again. The referee says, speed it up, boys. There's plenty of speed afoot, though. There's Walcott backing away, flicking out a left, taking 2 left jabs on the mouth. Now Lewis is finding him another hard left jab that opens Jersey Joe's mouth wide. Another left jab by Lewis. And then Walcott comes back with a left jab on the chin. Walcott backs away. Lewis is finding him now with that left jab as he didn't earlier. They exchange left jabs, hard to the face. Both of them good hard punches that time. And there's a grazing right to the jaw by Walcott, nailing Lewis on the way in. Walcott is smiling. He's confident in there. He's cocky. And Lewis imperturbable as usual. Lewis moving in. Walcott crouches, bobs and weaves for a moment. First time he did that tonight. Shoots out a left at Lewis's chin. It is short of the mark. Lewis is coming in on him with the right hand cocked, and Walcott winds up with a left hand, but he doesn't throw it. Here's Lewis jabbing a left on the chin again. A left, another left that goes over Walcott's head. Walcott shuffles back from Lewis. There are 2 minutes remaining in this round. Lewis, a left hook on the chin and a right high on the head by Lewis as Walcott ducked under the punch. And then Walcott nails Lewis with a right to the side of the jaw, following a left jab on the chin. Walcott has Lewis on the ropes, and that's a change, and he bangs a left and a right to the midsection. And Lewis brings up a short right uppercut on the chin as they finally tie each other up on the ropes. It's been tense action all the way. Plenty exciting. There's Walcott backing away from Lewis as Lewis comes in on him again. Walcott dances up, dances right into a left jab shot out by Lewis. A very hard left jab. Walcott is short with his own left hand again. Here's Lewis coming in on him, cocking the right hand. Walcott backing away, takes a left jab on the chin. And now they go into a clinch and tie each other up. In the infighting, of which there has been very little tonight, Lewis this time lands a light left hand to the body. At long range again. Lewis takes a light left jab on the chin. Walcott moves in, then he moves away from the champion. Walcott gets away from a left shot over his head by Lewis. Lewis jabs the left to the body again, to the midsection of Jersey Joe Walcott. Lewis looking more confident now. Tries to pick off a left jab that doesn't land, then takes his own left jab and puts it twice to the jaw of Walcott and seemingly hurt him with the second one. That was a hard, piston-like left by Lewis. And Walcott dances in with his own left on the chin again. There's Lewis going into a clinch with Walcott, and Walcott wrapping his arms around the champion. Referee Frankie Fulham gets them apart. Now they're at long range again. There's Lewis, missing a left, taking a left jab on the chin as Walcott comes in on him. Walcott turns half sideways from Lewis. Now back toward a neutral corner. Then he jabs the left on the chin, brings the short right to the jaw of Joe Lewis. Walcott feints the left hand, shoots out a left aimed at the chin. Lewis drops the left jab put out by Joe Walcott, and Lewis is in there with another light left jab on the mouth of Joe Walcott. Walcott looking confident again, takes the left jab to the body, moves his head away from a left jab to the mouth put out by Lewis. Walcott feints that left hand again. Lewis feints the left. Neither one throws anything. Walcott jabs the left and nails Lewis with a solid right to the jaw on the way in. A right counter, another right by Walcott is wild, and Lewis hooks a hard left to the jaw at the bell.
Lewis took him with the left and then with the right. Took him up a little. Walcott hit him and shook him just a little bit too, then missed with another right. Didn't seem to bother Joe much. There's no question that Walcott has the style to baffle Lewis to some extent, but Lewis now is solving it better as this fight progresses, particularly with that left hand. He's getting it in there all the time, jabbing very hard with it, and beginning to slow Walcott down just a little bit, I feel sure. In fact, it's obvious that he is beginning to do that. Walcott is boxing well, too. He is a very canny, cunning, good boxer, a good fighter, always was. But Lewis is boxing better now, beyond any question, and is beginning to sort of take charge as they come now. This is the 10th round, as they come up to where Lewis said that to Intimate he was going to turn on his fight. Whether he can or not, I don't know, but he said he was going to box this match to Intimate the way he boxed Kahn. We'll see if he can do that. Here they come. Here comes Tom.
All right, Bill. Anyway, he gets out there very fast. So does Walcott. Walcott drops the left glove down by his side, shoots out a left that's short of the mark. A left jab on the nose by Jersey Joe Walcott. Up to now, it's been a very close fight. It will be hard to judge if it continues this way. There's Lewis shooting out a left that's short of the mark. Walcott moving around Lewis, and again the referee, Frankie Fulham, talking to the boys in there. Lewis puts out his right arm in front of his face, picks off a left jab shot in there by Jersey Joe Walcott. Walcott, his left hand down by his side, shoots out a left that's short, and rips a short right to the jaw of the champion as Lewis comes in on him. Lewis jabs the left hand to the midsection of Jersey Joe Walcott. Remember, Lewis was down once for a one count in the third round from a right to the jaw by Walcott. Walcott dancing up and down, Lewis coming in on him. Walcott from side to side. Lewis just bides his time. Won't cross that imaginary line again. He just backs away, waits for Walcott to come in. And Walcott shoots out a left that's short of the mark. There are 2 minutes remaining in this round. Round 10 of a scheduled 15-rounder. Walcott jabs the left on the chin, gets away from the left jab put out by Joe Lewis. Walcott from side to side goes into a shuffle, goes to the left, then to the right, now back to the left again. Lewis just stands there and lets him move around. Now Walcott goes into a bit of a bob and weave. He feints the left hand, shoots out a left that's short, and Lewis is short with his own left hand. Walcott a left jab on the chin of Joe Lewis. Walcott another left jab on the mouth, a hard left jab that time, but Lewis doesn't seem to mind those punches. He's coming in. Walcott another left jab, and he beats Lewis to the punch. Now Lewis jabs his own left on the mouth of Jersey Joe Walcott, and the crowd in the rear is beginning to clap in unison for more action. Walcott dances up and down, shuffles from side to side, puts out that left down the chin again. Another left jab by Walcott. He's short with another left. Lewis is scoring points for aggressiveness, for pouring in right now. He just scored with a left jab on the mouth. Walcott gets away from the left hand of the body, shot out by Lewis. Walcott cocks that right hand, keeps moving around Lewis, puts a left jab on the mouth of Joe Lewis, gets away from the left hand of the body put out by Lewis. Walcott jabs the left on the chin again. Lewis goes into a dance, takes a hard left, smashing left jab on the chin from Walcott. Walcott another left jab on the mouth. This has been a fairly even round. There's Walcott backing toward a neutral corner, feinting with the left hand, putting out a left jab to the nose that's a little bit short, and Lewis scoring with a left jab on the mouth. Walcott jabs the left to the chin, crosses a right to the jaw. That must have hurt Lewis. Another right to the jaw by Walcott, and Lewis grabs him with the left glove and bangs 2 short rights to the mouth as Walcott comes in on him. Now they're at long range again. They've been at long range through most of the fight. Time's running out in this round. Lewis coming in on him, jabs the left, takes a grazing right to the jaw, and they go into a clinch in the infighting. Lewis scores with a light right hand to the body. Now referee Frankie Fulham has them apart again. Lewis bides his time. Walcott moves in, moves out. Walcott seems to be content to win a round on points if he figures he's winning them that way. He puts a left jab on the chin, then takes a left jab to the body by Joe Lewis. Walcott moving away. There's the bell.
Folks with shaves that are shaves use a blade that is a blade. That's today's Gillette Blue Blade, the sharpest and easiest shaving ever produced. Also, for extra convenience at no extra cost, buy Gillette Blue Blades in the handy Gillette dispenser that deals them out one at a time. Overall, this has not been an exciting fight. There's no question but what both men are doing the best they can. There's no question that Walcott's style baffles Lewis. No question that Joe keeps coming in, much like the previous fight, except Lewis has only been down once for a 1 count so far as we come to round 11. He's won a lot of points with his boxing, however. Okay, Don.
All right, Bill. Here we are, round 11, and if it goes the limit, it's 4-15 rounds, and the greatest crown in boxing, the heavyweight championship of the world, is very much at stake right now. Both boys are short with left hands. Walcott feints the left hand, backs away. Lewis is coming in on him again. Lewis moving in a little bit faster. Walcott flicks out that left to the chin. Both boys were each waiting for the other to open up, and there aren't too many openings in this fight, by the way. Walcott meets Lewis with a left jab as Lewis goes down in a crouch. Lewis is short with the left hand of the body. Now Lewis dances in a little bit more aggressive with a hard left jab on the chin of Walcott. They're dead in center of the ring now. Walcott moving around, shoots out a left that's short of the mark. Frankie Fulham talks to them, and now they exchange rights. Walcott wound up with a right. It grazed the head, and Lewis came in with a short right, nailing Walcott on the way in. Honors about even that time. Walcott a left jab on the chin. Walcott moving from side to side. 2 minutes to go in this round 11 of a 15-rounder. Walcott a hard left jab on the chin of Lewis. Walcott a light left jab on the nose as Lewis comes in on him. Walcott keeps waving his left arm in front of him. Now he relaxes, pulls up his trunks a little bit over in his own corner. Lewis doesn't rush in on him exactly. There's Walcott backing away. Lewis crouching a little bit, straightening up. Walcott dancing up and down, shooting out a left jab that's short of the mark. Another left jab on the nose by Walcott. Walcott jabs out a left, and Lewis picks it off in midair. Now Lewis nails him with a left jab to the side of the face. A very hard left jab by the champion. Walcott moving his gloves around. Here's Lewis coming in on him again. Lewis trying to set him up for that right hand, but Walcott just won't stand still long enough. That's the story of the bout. Walcott won't stand still long enough. Lewis shoots out a left jab. Walcott keeps moving from side to side. Takes 2 hard left jabs on the mouth by Lewis. Lewis found him with both of them. Then Walcott is back with a light left jab on the chin of Joe Lewis. Lewis coming in on Walcott again. Lewis dancing it a little bit now, coming in faster. Blocking a left foot at his chin by Walcott. 1 minute to go in the round as Walcott speeds it up, shooting a left jab on the chin, and then taking a light left jab. He's trying to baffle Lewis. He's moving from side to side. Comes in with a left jab on the chin, a right cross to the jaw, a left hook to the mouth by Walcott, another left hook on the chin by Jersey Joe Walcott. And that has brought the crowd up screaming. He really opened up that time. Lewis takes a left hook to the chin, and Lewis hits Walcott with a right to the jaw. Lewis hit him with a right, drove another right, and Walcott is in trouble on the rope. Lewis throws him with a right to the jaw, a left hook to the head. Walcott takes a right and a left to the body. Lewis has him. Well, he had him in round 9 before. And then Walcott fights back with a left and a right to the jaw. He misses the right, a left hook to the head. Lewis throws him with a right and a left to the jaw. And Walcott is down. Walcott is down. We're trying to pick up the count. We can't hear the count. Walcott is trying to get up. He's on his knees. I don't know. 9. No, it is all over. Joe Lewis knocks him out in the 11th round. Walcott just almost got up, didn't make it, staggered a little bit, reeled into the arms of the referee. Here's Bill Coram.
Ah, Johnny, never fight Joe Lewis twice. The champion opened up when he got ready. He said he was going to do it. Walcott tried to fight him. He was game. He gave everything he had, but the big man had too much. Don, what a real fighter. What a fine defense Walcott made, but he just is not a fighter to fight this champion. Here's the official announcement.
Attention, please. The time, 2 minutes, 56 seconds of the 11th round. The winner and still heavyweight champion of the world, Joe Lewis.
2:56 of the 11th round was the time. 2:56. Don is in the ring. They're taking pictures of Lewis. Walcott's in his corner. He's been crying. He's very disheartened. He's very blue. He made a fine fight. It would have been a pretty close fight on points. But Joe Barrymark is standing there, placid as ever. What a destroyer when he gets ready to destroy. With that sphinx-like face, he kept coming. And finally, he found his opening, and when he found it, he is the finisher, supreme. He really finishes. I don't know what to tell you that last punch was. It was everything. Everything that Lewis could throw. Restless and violent was his attack. Mad and savage. And he really was mad, and the punches just roared and rolled. And though Walcott fought back and staggered him, he couldn't keep him from fighting. And when they get these pictures taken, I'm going to give you Lewis and Don Dusty in the ring to see whether he is going to quit fighting. He has said something about it. We'll see if we can find out from him. It was a great fight for him. Here comes us, courageous and fine fellow Joe Walcott to congratulate him. And now we'll turn it over to Don and see if he can pick it up.
And now this is Don Dempsey up in the ring with the still heavyweight champion of the world, Joe Lewis. There's a battery of photographers up here. We're trying to get close to the champion. They're still taking pictures. There's a madhouse here at the Yankee Stadium, and everybody is very happy at this point up here in the ring. Most of the boys around here are Joe Lewis's handlers, and now here's the still heavyweight champion of the world, Joe Lewis. Joe, I'd like you to face our television cameras over there. At the same time, I want to congratulate you on behalf of Gillette for a magnificent defense of your title. Joe, it was a great fight.
Thank you, Don, very much. Before I start, I'd like to say hello to two very important friends of mine, Don. One, the Reverend Morris, who was sick in the hospital in Detroit, in the Harper Hospital. I want to say hello, Red. The night was for you. And I want to thank also the doctors and nurses who take good care of him there at the hospital.
Well, Joe, I know you're perspiring very profusely under these hot lights, but I'd like to ask you, were you worried at any time during the fight?
Well, Don, tell you, I wasn't worried at all.
I heard Joe Walcott with you.
It was just the fact that I played it that way. If it went the distance, I would shift the guard.
Joe.
Let me say hello again to Luke Clayton, who's out in California, couldn't able to get back in for this fight.
Now, Joe, I know you said it was your last defense. I'm putting you on the spot with this question, and you don't have to answer it if you don't want it, Joe. We're going to fight again.
Don, for my mother, this is for her. Night of my life fight.
Well, thank you very much, Joe. And in my book, and I know in the book of everyone, you'll be the greatest champion of all time. Thank you, Joe Louis.
Thank you very much.
And now, there is Jersey Joe Walcott coming into the microphone now. They're still trying to take pictures of the men here. We'll bring Walcott in here now. Louis is shaking hands with Walcott in the ring, and everybody is happy. Walcott is smiling. He doesn't seem badly hurt. We'll have Walcott to our ABC microphone in just a moment. They're still taking pictures, more pictures than ever have been taken. I wonder, Joe, if you could come over here. Joe, how do you feel after being knocked out by Louis? It must be a hard thing to take.
Well, I feel fine. I'm awfully sorry to let down all my friends. I mean, I was in trying every second of the way. Now that I've lost my golden opportunity, I hope that my friends will forgive me back in Canyon. But now it's my intention to come back and spend all the time I can with all the little kids of South Jersey. I'm going to do my best to try to encourage them and show them a better way of life. Thank you very much.
Joe, that was a nice statement. You fought a great fight. Don't be disappointed. I know you might have thought you were out in front when the end came, did you?
I certainly think I did. I was. I think I was way out in front. It's true. I don't know what I was hit with, but Joe Louis is still a great heavyweight champion.
But you don't feel hurt now, do you?
No.
You're in good shape. Thank you very much, Jersey Joe Walcott. Good luck to you. And now this is Don Dunphy returning you to Bill Coram.
I wanted you to hear that announcement that he was through with the ring from champion Joe Louis' own lips, and made arrangements for him to say that to you so you listeners would be the first to hear it. You heard it from the champion's own lips that this was his last fight. So tonight, in victory, we have seen the end of a great heavyweight champion, one of the all-time best. Joe Louis has been a fair fighter always, a boon to boxing. I'm sure he never gave less than his best, never threw a punch that didn't have his heart in it. He's been a credit to boxing and to sport, a credit to his country. Joe Louis and the Cavalcade of Sports wishes him hail and farewell and all the best as he retires, the undefeated champion of the world, after knocking out Jersey Joe Walcott in the 11th round in 2 minutes and 56 seconds of fighting under a veritable blue barrage of punches. Punches from every direction. First, though, it was a right hand, and that was really the first time since a right hand in their first fight in the first round staggered Walcott that Louis ever really caught him with that amazing destructive right. He found out the way to do it the second time. He bided his time. He was down himself. He took a 1 count in the third round. He was badly shaken with the right hand in the fifth. His left eye, under his eye, left cheekbone was swelling slightly and very red, but that had been hurt just a little in his training. It wasn't closing at all. He didn't know whether he was ahead or not, but he had outboxed Walcott, especially in the rounds that led up to the finish, digging that left hand in there to great effect to the body, jabbing with it like a piston through the jaw and shaking Walcott's head and making Jersey Joe shake his head somewhat in wonder, too. Game as he is and good boxer as Walcott is, a fine citizen, too, a fine family man, and we like him. Two good Joes, but he met his master tonight when Louis got in a few punches. This was the first time that Louis caught up with him, really, and it didn't take him too long to finish it. Now, the people that were booing Louis in the early rounds as he made his smart fight to wear Walcott down and outbox him and catch up with him, to slow him down, are giving him a tremendous ovation as he goes back to his dressing room. Yes, they say, don't fight Joe Louis twice. And Jersey Walcott knows that now, being the 10th fellow to try it. It just doesn't work. The bomber, the walking in and blasting man, always has done better in every one of these 10 return fights. Now he has defended his title successfully 25 times. He says this is the end. And if it is the end, so leaves a great champion. The 20th Century Club naturally wants him to go to the post one more time against Gus Lesnovich this September. But I found that when Louis tells you something, he means it, and you heard him yourself tell you tonight that he was through. It looked at the finish as if a mule had kicked Jersey Joe, and almost a hard enough kick to send him all the way back across the river to his home state in Jersey. Well, an old mule will do that, you know, when he catches up with you. They said Lewis's reflexes had slowed down to a turtle's crawl, that his coordination was gone, but this must have been a great exaggeration. He looks pretty good to me tonight in finishing Walcott as he has finished the best of them with a regular terrible barrage of blows that comes with the speed of chain lightning and just pound the man down as the dead game Walcott was pound down. Of course, Joe Louis is slower now, but still the champion after more than 11 years and will always be the champion if he doesn't fight again. Joe the Bummer, the thunder hitter of his time, the best of his time in my book, he'll do for a while longer if he elects to. Who is there around here to beat him after all? Now, in just a moment, we'll tell you about an important change in broadcasting time for Gillette's Cavalcade of Sport, effective next week. For convenience that can't be matched, plus the swellest shaves ever, get the improved Gillette Super Speed Razor that changes blades instantly. Twist the razor open, zip it's loaded, twist again.